Time travel doesn't break reality because it's complicated. It breaks reality because it works too well. Most people imagine a machine with a lever you pull, but physics doesn't care about machines. It cares about consistency. And the moment time travel becomes possible, consistency doesn't erode slowly or eventually. It collapses immediately. Here's why. Reality runs on a simple rule: causes come before effects. Push a glass, it falls. The fall never happens first. Time travel flips that rule on its head. If you can go back in time, an effect can exist before its cause. Information can arrive before it's created. Objects can exist without origins. This isn't just a storytelling glitch, it's structural. The universe is built on cause and effect like a foundation. Remove it, and nothing knows what comes next. That leads us to the most famous problem of all, and it's probably not the one you think. Everyone knows the grandfather scenario. You go back, you prevent your own existence, and then who went back in time? It sounds like a logic puzzle, but that isn't what scares physicists. The real problem is that reality has no mechanism to resolve the contradiction. Physics doesn't have an error-handling system. There's no line in the equations that says, if paradox detected, rewind. Once a contradiction exists, the math stops producing meaningful answers, and you don't even need violence to cause it. Imagine you receive a message from your future self with the blueprints for a time machine. You build it, go back, and hand those exact plans to your past self. Who invented the time machine? No one did. The information exists in a closed loop with no beginning and no creation event. Physics depends on conservation laws, energy, momentum, information. Time travel allows information to appear from nowhere, and once information loses its origin, reality loses track of itself. People like to imagine careful time travel: fix one mistake, change one moment, save one life. But reality doesn't work in isolated events. Everything is connected. Change a conversation and you alter decisions. Alter decisions and you change careers. Change careers and you shift economies. Shift economies and you change wars. Tiny adjustments amplify. This isn't speculation. It's chaos theory. Time travel turns chaos into a weapon, and the universe has no way to dampen the effects. Some theories try to escape the problem by saying time travel creates a new timeline, a branch, a copy. You don't change your past, you create another one. Sounds safe, right? It isn't, because now reality has to split. Every action creates a new universe. Every decision spawns another version of everything. Where does the energy come from? Where does the matter come from? What governs which timelines exist? The math doesn't answer those questions, it just multiplies the problem. Then there are loops events that repeat endlessly with no beginning and no end. A message sent back to create itself, a moment that exists only because it already happened. Loops look stable on paper. They satisfy equations, but they destroy meaning. If every event is locked in a loop, choice disappears. Free will becomes an illusion. Change becomes impossible. Reality becomes a recording, not a process. And physics doesn't tell us how to exit a loop once it starts. Quick question for you: if you could send one piece of information back in time with zero risk to yourself, what would you send, and why? Drop your answer in the comments and tell us what you think it would do to causality. Now here's the twist that makes this unavoidable. Time travel isn't purely hypothetical. Time dilation already exists. Clocks on satellites tick differently than clocks on Earth. Astronauts age slightly slower than people on the ground. Time is flexible. Gravity stretches it, speed bends it. General relativity even allows paths through space-time that loop back on themselves. Physics opens the door, but once it's open, it can't decide how to close it safely. The problem isn't just paradoxes. The problem is that our theories were never designed for time to move freely. General relativity treats time like a dimension. Quantum mechanics treats it like a background parameter. They disagree. Time travel forces them to confront each other, and when they do, the math stops cooperating. Not because time travel is impossible, but because our understanding is incomplete. If time travel is possible, even in principle, then reality needs rules we haven't discovered yet. Rules that prevent contradictions, protect causality, and keep information from tearing itself apart. Until those rules exist, time travel isn't just dangerous, it's destabilizing. If you're into mind-bending questions like this, hit subscribe for more reality-shaking ideas explained with clarity and energy. Physicists don't ask, how do we build a time machine? They ask something much more unsettling. What rules does reality use to protect itself from paradox? Because if time travel breaks reality this easily, then whatever comes next will change how we understand time forever.